hey, it's Kimberly Rae at KimberlyRae.com again. Brain surgery is less than 2 weeks away, and I'm not going to say I'm not nervous about it. And sometimes your feelings can prey on you and tell you all kinds of things that aren't necessarily true. But one of the things I love about the scriptures is God says that He remembers that we're just dust. He knows that we're just human. He knows that we're going to struggle. And in Psalms it says, when I am afraid, I will trust in you. Not if, but when. God knows we're going to struggle with it. And He talks about how He's with us and He's going to take care of us. And He says, fear not, hundreds of times in the scriptures, because He knows we need the reminder over and over again. So what do you do when you're scared? What do you do when you're going to have brain surgery and you think about the fact that, I'm going to wake up in this terrible pain, or maybe I'm not going to wake up at all, or maybe, all these things. One thing, I'm a very visual person, as I've told you, and for me it helps so much to know that when I feel most weak, when I feel most broken, when I feel most less, I guess you could say, God can handle that. And I can give myself to God, and He can take even the times that we struggle and we're weak and make them into something beautiful. The scriptures say, when I am weak, then I am strong. And it talks about how God didn't even take away the thorn in the flesh that Paul had, and He kept it so that he would always know that his strength came from God and not from himself. So He kept Paul's weakness on purpose so that he could get the glory. And Paul ended up saying, so I glory in my infirmities so the power of God can rest on me. And I have this wonderful example of how that works. There was this one day, I have symptoms every day, all through the day, but every once in a while I have a batch of symptoms that are different, and those are the ones that scare me, and those are the ones I struggle with. It's like, what does this mean, or is this the big set of symptoms that, should I be in the hospital, is this going to kill me, what's going to happen? And there was this one Sunday morning that happened, and I got scared, and I was struggling with that and thinking through it as we got ready for church and went to church. And somewhere along the way it occurred to me, if I died, I have all these books that I would leave behind to adults and people, but I didn't have anything that I would leave behind to my own kids with a message to them. And that really struck me. And so when I got to church, I got my notebook out, and all through Sunday school, I was writing, and I was crying all over myself. The Sunday school teacher was probably like, wow, I'm getting through to her today, and I wasn't listening to what he said. Sorry. But I wrote, what would I want to say to my kids from heaven? If I went to heaven before I had the chance to say all these things. And that, basically, what happened that morning turned into this book. And it is a book for children who have a loved one in heaven. And it's basically, from heaven's perspective, what I would want to tell them about what heaven is really like, and that I'm not gone, and that I still love them, and I'm still caring about what happens to them. And that was a moment of great weakness, but I gave it to the Lord, and the Lord has used it. This book is the only book I have that consistently sells on Amazon every single month. I've got some books that have totally tanked. I've got some books that do well if I market them and keep them going, but this is the only one that goes on its own. It's like God has taken my big moment of weakness and fear, and because I gave it to Him, He turned it into something beautiful. And it even, a bunch of people that I know raised money to pay for it to get translated and put into Bangla, and they printed 1,000 of them for people on the other side of the world. So this is going out and helping people, and not just me. My moment of weakness comforted someone else because God comforted me with the truth. And whenever I get really discouraged, I can go on Amazon and read the reviews for this book and just cry in gratitude because it's helping all these people deal with death and face heaven and help comfort their children in a way that they can understand, the little ones to the big ones. And even, like grandmas are saying, I bought it for my grandkids, but it comforted me losing my mom. Or a lot of mothers who've lost babies have found it comforting, and I never even thought of that. And so that's my point today, is that yes, you're going to have weakness. Yes, you're going to face fear. Yes, you're going to struggle because you're human. You're just dust. Stop expecting yourself to be perfect at this point. You're not supposed to be. You are broken. And yet, when you feel that way and when you struggle, when I'm getting scared about the surgery, when I think about what might happen, or, trying to deal with things that haven't happened yet. I mean, don't we do that all the time? It's like picking up the barrel, like in the story that I told you. God can't handle it, so I have to pick it back up. Well, every single time, take it back to God, take it back to God, take it back to God, and give it to Him. And you never know when He's going to take that very thing that is your weakness and shine His strength right through it and make something beautiful out of it. So today, be at peace. Do not fear, not because you got it, but because God is love and He loves you.